nothing that I wish I would have been told, because I feel like I saw it all. I really feel like I was around so many children growing up. My siblings were much younger than me, so I experienced young babies and taking care of them and being there for them. I wish somebody would have told me. And as far as having children that are adopted, which we do, and all the classes that were required by the state in order to get children, I wish other people would attend those classes, because you really learn about children when they go through stuff, you know, when they are children of trauma. And but sometimes things very small are a trauma to them, very small. So sometimes you have to step back and put their shoes on.
This might sound silly, but to bend your knees when you pick them up. I have big kids. I mean, two of my kids are taller than I am, and so I feel like I'm a little bit like an immigrant father. But I guess the lifting is actual and metaphorical too, is just kind of brace yourself for that as well. So I'm not really sure. I didn't give it that much thought. I wasn't conscientiously, I'm going to get married, now I'm going to have kids. A lot of it is just swept up into what society suggests and that kind of thing. So I don't think I really thought about that maybe as much as my wife did.
I wish they would have asked me, what kind of parent do you want to be? I think if someone asked me that early and I had time to really think it through, I would not have probably had to, you know, come up with that on the fly as I'm raising a child. I wish someone would have challenged me to think like that. I think it was just like, you become a parent, and we still know, you know, people who say this to us, that you're never going to be ready for a child. You know, it's never the right time or the right place, and you'll never be ready. And that is true to a certain degree, but I think not thinking at it from that perspective at all can hurt you. You know, I think you do have to think about what it takes to be a parent, the responsibility that comes with it, and what kind of parent you want to be, because it'll help you look at, that whole conversation about, do I want to repeat patterns, or do I want it to end here so I can start with a clean slate, and what do I want this to look like? I think that would have been extremely helpful for someone to ask me that question.
I would say the difficulty and the challenges, it's hard to describe. It grows, the challenges grow when you have to kind of like meet them, and it's very stressful. I wish somebody had told me how stressful it is, because I don't deal with stress too well, and sometimes I lash out or things like that, and I just wish people would tell me how stressful it was. It's very stressful on a daily basis.
Another thing too, and there's no way I'm comparing pets to children, but we didn't even really have a dog before we had kids, and we had a cat, and cats are pretty independent. So you think, oh, they take care of themselves, you know. But I know people who have like 1 dog, 2 dogs, 3 dogs, and they all have different personalities, and they have needs and wants, and they have to take them to the vet, and there's a lot of things. They get sick in the middle of the night, you know, and I think it helps, I think, to have that kind of responsibility for something before you have kids, because then you're like, okay, I know that life happens, and this child's going to get sick at 1 o'clock in the morning, and I will have to get up and go to the emergency room, or they will get, you know, our son had rotavirus. I can't even tell you how many times in a row from daycare, and it put strain on work because I had to take so much time away. I think I didn't really know that things played out like that when I had kids. It would be nice to know, but they do have a lot of books these days, I have to say, that can help you navigate those things. Do some reading.
Yeah.
I know one thing I wish somebody had told me about having kids when I was younger, that it's all of a sudden when you become a parent, it's fun to be embarrassing and to drive them crazy. And I can remember times when my parents, this is probably what they didn't tell me, my parents would just, they wouldn't get, like, they call them Nintendo tapes or something, and my grandfather would be like, I would be playing the Nintendo and he'd be like, you know, he would call it like a remote or a paddle or something. He would do it over and over. I'm pretty sure now he was doing that on purpose because it's fun to drive kids crazy because they drive you crazy. You know, Molly's a teenager. She's in her room. She shuts her door. We don't see her. You know, she thinks she knows everything. So our revenge is to drive her bananas. Like her friends came over. She had like this little Christmas party. Maggie and I don't dress alike. We don't do that whole matching thing. Except when her friends came over and we were all matchy and like, welcome to the home. And we had like our Pebblebrook like hashtag like proud parent stuff. Like we were full on embarrassing, and it's just funny now. I can think back to times that my parents did that kind of stuff, and it was definitely on purpose because it's just that sweet revenge when your kids are driving you crazy. They're like, oh yeah, all right, watch this.
That they really do cling on to you. They really do cling on to you. They're like, you know, and when you're not around, it really does kind of, you know, throw them off a little bit. And I'm not, because I got married late in life, I wasn't used to that. You know, I was used to being out there, being a filmmaker, doing my thing, traveling the world, blah, blah, blah. But just getting out the door some days, it's a little challenging. Bye, mommy, bye, mommy, bye, mommy. I'm like, why do y'all wait until I'm literally about to open the door? It's because these buys take forever, because then there's stuff they want to say. And I'm like, but wait a minute, I gotta go. So, but it's nothing big, and there's really no way anybody can prepare you to have children except for you to be a good person as you're going through life. That's really the only thing that can prepare you. So there's really nothing to say. So you can turn the camera off. No, I'm kidding. So, but it's really just about being present and being you. And nobody can really tell you that because it's different for everybody.